In today's growing world, gaming is becoming such an integral part in today's society. But even with that, many people don't seem to understand exactly what esports or online competitive gaming really is. So today it is my goal to inform all of you exactly what esports is and what makes it so unique. So the reason why I feel qualified to do this is because I've experienced high tier level play as well as been watching esports for the past couple of years. Now to do this, I plan to go over 3 different areas. First, I plan to discuss exactly what esports is and the players that are making up it. Second, I plan to discuss the numbers behind esports. And then finally, I plan to talk about the future of esports. So let's start with area number 1. What is esports? So the best way I can define it is 2 teams or 2 individuals fighting against each other, and it's competition in its purest form. The winner is going to be based purely off skill. So the best example I can give to all of you is Counter-Strike. In Counter-Strike, there's 2 different teams fighting against each other, one the terrorists and one the counter-terrorists. The counter-terrorists have to defend 2 different bomb sites, while the terrorist has to go to either bomb site and defuse the bomb, or plant the bomb. If the bomb is planted, the counter-terrorist has to defuse the bomb, and at the end of the round, 1 point is awarded. First one with 16 points wins. So, that's just its true simplicity, and that's the beauty behind esports. And many different games like it, there's many games which are just as simple as that. So then, now that we've got an idea of who it is, or what the game is, and what esports really is, let's move on to the players that make it up, because players are such a key part in esports. What players do is they live, breathe, and die by the game. They truly do love this game. In many cases, players are putting in 10 to 15 hours every day into this game because they love it so much. According to an article by Striker, an individual player is paid about $9,000 per month, and that is just off of their salary alone. This does not include sponsorships or money earned from events. So you can see why they put such an investment into esports. As the time grows on and esports gets bigger and bigger, this money is going to rise, which is going to draw more people into this into esports field. So now that we have an idea exactly what esports is, let's go and move on to the next area, the numbers behind it. So now that we all have a clear idea exactly what esports is, the numbers behind it also show telling signs that esports is quite huge and is going to continue to grow. So there's 2 different areas we can look at, money and viewers. If we look at the money, an article according to Newzoo, in 2015 there was $500 million invested into esports alone, and they're looking at the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to continue to grow double or even triple. If we look at viewers, an article according to Magus, for the League of Legends tournament, which is an equivalent to the Super Bowl, 36 million individuals watch that tournament. That's a staggering number, especially when you consider the fact that the League of Legends World Championships, as they call it, has only been around for 5 years. That number's been growing each and every time the events occurred. And then when we can take into the account of the overall viewership, according to Superdata Research, 134 million individuals watched esports of some form last year, and they're guessing the next 5 to 10 years that can quadruple. So when we get the idea of the money and viewership behind it, we're getting an idea of how big esports is, which sets the stage for the growth of esports. So when we look towards the future of esports, there's 2 different areas I want to talk about, the national stage and the growth. So when we look at the national stage, or in America, what we're seeing is in the year 2016, this year right now, we're going to be seeing a televised competitive gaming on air. So what we're basically going to be seeing is TBS has announced that they're going to be producing something called the E-League. Our Counter-Strike Global Offensive is coming onto your television this summer and winter, and people will be competing for $1 million. The whole goal behind this is to introduce esports to the national audience, as well as to get more money invested. And the idea behind this is we are going to see a lot more money invested into the scene because of this. We've already seen player salaries get increased due to this. Now, because of that, it leads into a good idea of what the growth will be. And the best way we can look at growth is looking at the past. So when we look at the past, there's 2 areas I want to compare. The League of Legends World Championship and the Super Bowl. So League of Legends World Championships has only been around for 5 times, for 5 different years, while the Super Bowl has been around for 50 times, 50 years. When we look at it, League of Legends, according to Magus, got 36 million viewers. The Super Bowl, according to statistics provided, has got up to 120 million viewers. When we look at that, League of Legends got 1/4 or 1/3 of the viewers in just 5 years. Within the next 5 to 10 years, we can see League of Legends World Championship surpassing the Super Bowl, which is insane and will bring a ton of money to the scene. So when we look at this all just in a grand context, we all now have an idea of exactly what the World Championship is. Or we all have an idea what esports is. We all have an idea of how it works and how it functions. We have an idea of what the numbers are, we have an idea of what the growth is. And hopefully this has helped you see what esports can become and how unique it really is. So thank you for taking time to listen to my speech.